pretty attracted to like the outdoor recreation opportunities in the state of Minnesota, like fishing
Yeah,
and
I was gonna
camping and
say
hiking
that.
and that stuff.
Hmm.
So that was another draw for me. So I'm excited about that because I
Yeah.
had thought like, oh man, like I'm gonna be in Minnesota, like I should get a truck and a boat, which are like the least like depreciating assets for sure. But I'll wait until I'm a little bit more, I don't know.
Established.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna hold off on that.
Yeah.
can get a
Oh
canoe.
yeah. Or
For
kayak.
sure. I know they sell like inflatable ones. Like I had just switched my major from civil to BSE and I was like very like chomping at the bit to like do some more like biological type work. Like I was like really tired of like statics and like that type and like transportation. Like I just hated it. And then so when I got the job, I was like, all right, we have to shovel manure. I was like, fine with me. Like I love it. Like I'm so ready to be in this program instead of civil engineering. Like I was excited. I started working, I think in the fall of my sophomore year of undergrad. I was a BSE major at UNL. I worked with you guys for like 2.5 years or 3 years ish. Through that, like really kind of found that I really enjoyed research and felt like I was pretty good at it and like cared about it. And so that kind of led me to think about exploring grad school opportunities. And so I'm actually originally from Iowa. There was an opening at Iowa State that I felt was really exciting for a master's program, looking at soil changes with the establishment of or reestablishment of native prairie species, and then how that kind of relates to water quality in Iowa and erosion control. And so that kind of built off of some of the soil experience that I got in Nebraska working in the Schmidt lab. And then finished my master's in the summer of 22. Um, Through that, I was contemplating whether I wanted to do a PhD or go get a job in private or what I wanted to do. Had another opportunity at Iowa State to kind of shift into a different project that I thought was pretty exciting, kind of going a little bit away from soil and more into tile drainage and irrigation systems for the state of Iowa. So, been working on that for the past 3.5 years and just defended about a month and a half ago. Um, and I'll actually be moving tomorrow to start my new job on Monday. I'll be moving to Minneapolis and working for a company called ISG that does a lot of ag drainage and like rural water management. And so I'll be in an engineering role with them. Kind of a through line, like for all of it, is I really do enjoy the field work aspect, like kind of no matter what it is. Like I just really think it's always fun if you go out with like kind of a small team and do field work. There's just some like bonding with your team when you have to drive somewhere and like maybe do some kind of difficult work and like there's always things that go wrong and you have to kind of think on your feet and like change plans and uh like maybe you didn't bring the right tool so then you have to like figure out what other tool we could use that could possibly like do something, almost like what we wanted to do. And so yeah, really, I mean, there's like more technical things that I like about with some of the projects I've done, like specific things to each project, but really for all of them, I think yeah, a lot of the times my favorite thing is doing field work with like kind of a small team of like 3 or 4 people. I think the first time um Augustine and I went to do some soil sampling in St. Paul, we wanted to get like a really like wide diameter soil core. And so we had these like we just got like pretty big PVC and then tried to like bevel the edge and then just pound it in and get like a really like kind of like a coffee can slow core. And then we went out there and it was like pretty tight soil and like wet. And it was just like mud. And it was just we're in the middle of a cornfield in like July. It was super hot and muddy and like nothing worked. And then so it was like a pretty rough day. And then we came back and like the part of the thing that we wanted to do was fill those funnels. I can't remember what the name of those funnels to extract the soil arthropods. And we had them in the greenhouse at the time. And it was like a super hot day. So we came back after this like miserable day and it was like, all right, now we still have a couple hours where we need to like dump soil into funnels in a greenhouse that's like 110. Like it was so hot. I would definitely not be where I am today if I hadn't worked with you guys in undergrad. Just for one, like going into undergrad, like I don't think I even really knew that grad school was an option or that you could get paid to go to grad school. I didn't know assistantships were a thing. But then also just kind of understanding research and getting more thinking, trying to be like creative and think about the future of like agriculture in our agricultural systems. I think working with the Schmidt Lab like really kind of broadened my perspective on that. And so yeah, it was majorly impactful because I really um learned that there's some things that I didn't know existed that I really enjoyed.